Chelsea will be looking to maintain their impressive start to life under Thomas Tuchel when they take on Premier League basement boys Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. The Blues beat Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 on Thursday to keep their momentum going, while the Blades have also found some form over the past few weeks. Jorginho's first-half penalty, awarded for Eric Dier's challenge on Timo Werner, proved enough for Chelsea to pick up a deserved victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That first away win under Tuchel added to their 2-0 victory over Burnley and 0-0 draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers, a 7-point return that the Blues can be happy with. Perhaps most impressive of all, Chelsea have kept their opponents quiet in all three of those games and have yet to concede. Indeed, Tuchel is the first Blues boss since Jose Mourinho's first spell 17 years ago to keep a clean sheet in his first 3 matches in charge of the club. However, after a disappointing end to Frank Lampard's tenure, the West London outfit are still playing catch-up on the sides above them. Chelsea sits 6th in the table heading into the weekend's fixtures, 4 points behind 4th-placed Liverpool and a further 7 points adrift of leaders Manchester City, who also have a game in hand. Tuchel will just be hoping to keep putting wins on the board before focus switches to the cup competitions, with Barnsley and Atletico Madrid to come in the last 16 of the FA Cup and Champions League respectively. Sheffield United also remain in the FA Cup, and in many ways the competition has helped revive the Blades' campaign over the past month. Chris Wilder's men picked up a first win of the season against Bristol Rovers in Round 3 on January 9 and followed that up with a first league victory since July against Newcastle United. In fact, the Yorkshire side have now won 5 of their last 7 matches in all competitions, a run that includes a famous victory away at Manchester United a couple of weeks ago. United were 2-1 winners away at fellow strugglers West Bromwich Albion last time out, meanwhile, with that victory moving them to within 11 points of safety. Wilder still has an almighty task on his hands to save his side from the drop, but their mission of avoiding relegation no longer seems the impossible task it did just a few weeks ago. Chelsea lost Thiago Silva to a thigh injury against Tottenham, so Andreas Christensen is in line to earn a 6th league start of the campaign in a likely back 5. Kurt Zouma and Kai Havertz missed the Spurs game after sustaining injuries in training on the eve of the game. Both players will continue to be monitored ahead of Sunday's clash. The likes of Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech, Ben Chilwell and N'Golo Kante are all in contention to return to the starting lineup should Tuchel wish to fresh things up. Chelsea head to Sheffield United on Sunday evening aiming to extend their unbeaten start under boss Thomas Tuchel. The Blues have drawn 1 and won 2 of their Premier League games since the German replaced Frank Lampard last month. However, 3 days on from overcoming London rivals Tottenham Hotspur 1-0, Tuchel may be tempted to make some changes to his side to freshen things up. Thomas Tuchel is preparing to make changes for Chelsea's trip to Sheffield United, with the German concerned about the quick turnaround of games. He oversaw a 1-0 win against Tottenham on Thursday and has challenged his players to build on that against Chris Wilder's relegation-fighting side. But he is likely to be without Thiago Silva, who suffered a thigh injury against Spurs, while Kurt Zouma and Kai Havertz both missed the match after pulling up in training this week. Tuchel said, "We have only 2 days. Maybe we need some changes to be sharp again and to be physical again and so that we are able to compete on the highest level in the next game and able to compete against a strong Sheffield and a very physical Sheffield side which won the last games." Chelsea are likely to be without Thiago Silva for the trip north. The Brazilian defender came off during the first half of Thursday's 1-0 win over Tottenham with a muscle injury and is a big doubt. Kai Havertz and Kurt Zouma both missed the London Derby victory with niggles, but could recover to feature at Bramall Lane. Chelsea are vulnerable at Bramall Lane with a 4-9 away win just begging to be taken on. It's far too early to be making sweeping statements regarding Thomas Tuchel's style and ability to take Chelsea places. I agreed with Jose Mourinho in the aftermath of Chelsea's win at Spurs. For all their possession and silky build-up play at Tottenham, Chelsea scored via penalty and Edouard Mendy did make more saves than Hugo Lloris. Spurs weren't unlucky, but Chelsea didn't dominate the game to the extent that many onlookers suggested. In the 3 games under Tuchel, Chelsea have created just 2 big chances according to Opta, and one of those was the Jorginho penalty. In that period 15 teams have created more big chances, and considering Chelsea have played Burnley and Wolves at home in that run, it's actually a very worrying statistic. We've not seen Tuchel's team come under any significant pressure defensively in his first 3 matches in charge either. But we might here. And, with Thiago Silva missing, they can be got at. One of Tuchel's tactical tweaks has been to select Marcos Alonso down the left side of his defense. He seems to trust him, but those that have watched Alonso enough over the years know he's very poor positionally. Remember Chelsea's first half display against West Brom in September? Alonso was at fault for 2 of the 3 goals and never played for Frank Lampard again after that. I'm expecting the axis of Chris Basham and Jadon Bogle down the Blades right to expose Alonso when Chris Wilder's men get the territory. As my colleague Kate Berliga pointed out, no centre-back has created more chances or attempted more take-ons than Basham this season. His link-up with Bogle was very savvy in the comeback win over West Brom. It was the Blades back to their best. A performance level that actually beat Chelsea by an aggregate score of 5-2 over 2 meetings between the teams last season. Additionally, in his last 3 home matches the dangerous Bogle has had 8 shots on goal, which makes the 7-1 for him to have 2 or more incredibly appealing, especially up against Alonso. 1 goal might just be enough for Wilder's boys, who restricted the 2 Manchester clubs to just 2 goals combined in their recent away days. The 11-1 for the Blades to win without conceding is certainly a runner. Chelsea are likely to be without Thiago Silva for the trip north. The Brazilian defender came off during the first half of Thursday's 1-0 win over Tottenham with a muscle injury and is a big doubt. Kai Havertz and Kurt Zouma both missed the London Derby victory with niggles, but could recover to feature at Bramall Lane. Chelsea are vulnerable at Bramall Lane with a 4-9 away win just begging to be taken on. It's far too early to be making sweeping statements regarding Thomas Tuchel's style and ability to take Chelsea places. I agreed with Jose Mourinho in the aftermath of Chelsea's win at Spurs. For all their possession and silky build-up play at Tottenham, Chelsea scored via penalty and Edouard Mendy did make more saves than Hugo Lloris. Spurs weren't unlucky, but Chelsea didn't dominate the game to the extent that many onlookers suggested. In the 3 games under Tuchel, Chelsea have created just 2 big chances according to Opta.